First, they ignore us, then they ridicule us, then they fight us, then we win. Those are the words I have heard from Andres Antonopoulos describing the stages that cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin would go through. I feel safe to say that today we are on the phase where they will fight us. We have seen over and over again the financial traditional system declaring war on cryptocurrencies. And whenever I talk to new people about cryptocurrencies, a lot of them are still defending the traditional financial system, saying that they trust the financial system because they have regulators and rating agencies such as Moodys, Fitch, and Standard & Poor's. In today's video, I hope to show the corruption of those agencies and give you yet more reasons not to trust the traditional financial system. Now, instead of me saying to you what those agencies do and what is their function, let's see what they say about themselves on the website. This, for instance, is the website of Moodys, and you can see here that they are the leading global provider of credit ratings, and they do those ratings with research and risk analysis, and they offer valuable insights into the financial stability. Also, they say that investors are to gain a global view of the global debt markets through their credit ratings. And on the last paragraph, they say that their insights are there to help decision makers to navigate through the market's volatility. Basically, you're saying we're going to do the research, we're going to access the risk, and we can use our instrument to better navigate the market's volatility. That's what they say on the website. However, whenever asked in a Congress or in a courtroom what they do, they say that simply share their opinion with the public. Hear for yourself.
S&P's ratings express our opinion.
Our ratings are our opinions. They're opinions.
Opinions, and they are just opinions.
I think we are emphasizing the fact that our ratings are our opinions.
As you could hear, whenever asked in public about their ratings, the three agencies, Moodys, Standard & Poor's, and Fitch, made very clear that they are not giving out ratings, they're just sharing their opinion. Now the question is, how much should we trust that opinion? And for that, I'm not going to answer that to you. I'm going to have someone from inside let you know how reliable those opinions are.
Bear Stearns was rated AAA like a month before it went bankrupt.
More likely A2.
A2?
Yeah.
Okay. A2 is still not bankrupt.
No. It's a high investment grade, solid investment grade rating. Lehman Brothers, A2 within days of failing. AIG, AA within days of being bailed out. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac were AAA when they were rescued. Citigroup, Merrill, all of them had investment grade ratings.
How can that be?
Well, that's a good question. That's a great question.
As you can see, a former director of Moodys saying that those ratings are not reliable and they are not true. If you do not understand anything that has A means high grade of investment, you should only start to get concerned about ratings when you see B or C. C means at the verge of bankruptcy. Now, all those who were bankrupt or needed to be bailed out, they were receiving high investment grading. Now, the question that he did not answer, that I'm going to answer to you guys, is how is that possible? How is that possible? They are getting paid to give high ratings. Basically, what it means is when someone takes to them an instrument for them to rate, they say, listen, if you give us a high rate, you're going to get paid for this, and we can pay you this much. And if you don't think what I'm saying makes sense, look at this graph at how much money they have been making by giving higher ratings. Those agencies were receiving a lot of money to give AAA ratings and higher ratings to instruments which were not worth that rating. They were receiving money from investment banks such as Goldman Sachs. And those instruments, mortgage-backed securities, are the instruments responsible for the greatest crisis of our lifetime, the economic crisis of 2008. If you want to find out more about this, I suggest you watch a movie called The Big Short. Now let's hear what the board members of Goldman Sachs have to say about their own contributions to the economic crisis of 2008.
What do you think about selling securities which your own people think are crap? Does that bother you?
I think they would, again, as a hypothetical.
No, this is real.
Well, then I don't.
We heard it today.
Well,
we heard it today. This is a shitty deal. This is crap.
I heard nothing today that makes me think anything went wrong.
Is there not a conflict?
That is Lloyd Blankfein, the chairman and CEO of Goldman Sachs, saying post-2008 crisis that he doesn't believe he heard anything that suggests that they did something wrong or anything went wrong.
Wrong.
Is there not a conflict when you sell something to somebody and then are determined to bet against that same security and you don't disclose that to the person you're selling it? Do you see a problem?
In the context of market making, that is not a conflict.
Another thing which is revealing here, on the context of market making, he does not have the fiduciary obligation to disclose to his clients that he's selling them an instrument that he's betting against, meaning they're selling them an instrument which he knows is not good. That instrument is going to collapse in value and he's going to make money when he bets against the same instrument that he sold to his clients. And here we have David Viner, the executive vice president of Goldman Sachs at the time of 2008 crisis.
Employees in these emails said, God, what a shitty deal. God, what a piece of crap. Do you feel anything?
I think that's very unfortunate to have on email.
Are you
And very unfortunate. I don't.
on email to
Please don't take that.
How about feeling that way?
I think it's very unfortunate for anyone to have said that in any form.
Is it your understanding that your competitors were engaged in similar activities?
Yes, and to a greater extent than us in most cases.
So first, he say he has not heard anything that suggests they did something wrong or something went wrong. However, when asked, does your competitors or did your competitors did the same thing, he says the same and to a greater extent in some cases, admitting that he did things wrong. However, his competitors did worse than him. I hope with this you can see how much you can trust and how reliable those agencies are and how much corruption is on the system between agencies and investment banks. They are all on a plot to take your very hard-earned money. On the 2008 crisis, there was one bank that was not rescued by the government or by institutions, and that was Lehman Brothers. Now look at this image and you can see how the stock was plummeting. But most importantly, let's look at the website of Moodys and see how Moodys rated Lehman Brothers just 5 days before they went bankrupt. You can see here, 10th of September 2008, the rating action Moodys places Lehman Brothers at A2 rating on review with direction of uncertainty. Now look at this. A2 means upper medium grade, which is still A according to Fitch or S&P. It's important for us to remember that Lehman Brothers went bankrupt on September 15. This rating was just 5 days before they went bankrupt. Now let's see how Moodys rated Lehman Brothers on the day of their bankruptcy. Look at this, September 15, 2008, rating action. Moody lowers Lehman to B3, which is mean non-prime. Now, B3, look at this, is still BB minus, which means non-investment grade speculative, which means if you invested on Lehman Brothers on the 15th, that would be a speculative investment on the same day that they went bankrupt. This is how reliable the ratings of those agencies are. I know this is a very serious accusation or a very serious affirmation, saying that the rating agencies are making money or getting paid to give higher ratings. Well, let's look at this graph. The first graph I want to show to you is their profits. Look at here how in the year 2000, their profits start to go up. However, in the same year 2000, if you look at this graph, you can see that the amount of instruments receiving AAA ratings are also increasing. And to me, that is not a coincidence. To me, that means that those agencies are making money to give higher ratings to more instruments. On one hand, we have the contributors of the crisis not having any legal repercussion. And on the other hand, we have people like Henry Paulson moving up for his contribution to the crisis. On 2006, Henry Paulson became the Secretary of Treasury assigned by George Bush. Yes, that was 2006, before the pop or before the bubble exploded in 2008. It's important to understand that the crisis was being built since the year 2000. Now, Henry Paulson also had to sell his shares in order to be able to take that position. And guess what? Because of the regulations and the laws in place, he saved $50 million in taxes. And he was not there when the crisis actually exploded. George Bush said that the reason why he made Henry Paulson or invite Henry Paulson to become the Secretary of Treasury is because of his integrity and knowledge of the market. And just like George Bush invited Henry Paulson to become the Secretary of Treasury, I invite you to please subscribe to the channel and also like this video. I hope this shows to you how much corruption is there on all levels. Rating agencies getting paid by investment banks and CEOs of investment banks having connection to the government to the point where they get invited to become the Secretary of Treasury. As you can see, the traditional financial system is rigged against you. No, it is not a problem of just a few bad apples. Everyone who is in it will be rewarded depending on their level of corruption. From rating agencies to investment banks and government, all of them are there for their own personal gain and they have no regards for you and your hard-earned money. On the other hand, you have the crypto space. Yes, there's a lot of bad actors on the crypto space. However, the crypto space is fully transparent and verifiable. Also, the crypto space is regulated, but it's regulated by the rules of the free market, meaning there is no bailout for those bad actors, and if you do things properly, you'll be rewarded for providing a product of quality. One good example of that is, for instance, FTX. That was a bad actor, went bankrupt, no bailout, and most likely is going to jail. On the other hand, you have people like Charles Paulson, who is producing a good product, at least in my view. This is not financial advice, who will continue in the market and will continue here for a long term. So, if you want to continue putting your money only on the traditional market, I'll think twice. I hope I had demonstrated to you how the traditional financial system is not there to benefit you, and that have caused you to think about putting some of your capital into the crypto space. Now, I need to give you a warning. You cannot enter the crypto space without education. If you want to find out more how to properly educate and enter that space safely, link for that on the description below. And with this, I wrap up this video. But please don't forget to like, subscribe, and above it all, share this video with someone else who can benefit from this. This is for now. See you guys next video.